Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. Pleased to be joined by Carson Welke, Territory Manager with Ritchie Brothers out in the Alberta region. Carson, how are you doing this morning?
Not too bad, not too bad. Thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. I would guess you've been very busy here the last week and the next week or so getting ready for an amazing event we need to alert people to. Tuesday, September 9th, Leduc, Alberta. Quite an antique tractor collection selling. For Norman Balzer, can you tell us about it, Carson?
Yeah, you bet. So we got the largest antique auction sale I've seen come through at my time with Deere, but close to 400 lots of all antique Deere tractors, stationary engines, miscellaneous collector stuff, you name it. But yeah, it's a non-farm sale just outside of Leduc, Alberta. It starts closing on September 9th. Bidding for the event will start opening on the 4th. We'll have viewing days starting September 3rd, all the way running right through to the 9th, from 9 to 5 p.m. And on the 9th, it'll be from 9 till the sale begins to close at noon. But yeah, it's quite an impressive collection and a lot of history and years of collecting that have went into this project and these cool tractors. So.
Almost, yeah, 400-ish, man. That is quite a collection. I understand Norman and the family there refer to it as Deer Haven.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, you drive by on the street and there's one tractor out there and a sign, but yeah, exactly right.
And as we talk the vintage of this collection, as I was looking through all the great pictures on your website, rbauction.com, of course, everyone knows you guys do an awesome job up there, Carson. But I mean, age-wise, we're talking quite a span here, aren't we? 20s to the 70s or 80s even?
Oh yeah, 100% right. Yeah, he collected it all. Anything he bought and brought home, immediately went into one of his shops or quonsets, and if he didn't have enough room, he built another one to put them in. But yeah, you're talking anything from 20s, 30s, all the way up to like you said 70s, 80s. There's not a lot here in this collection that you won't be impressed with or that you can't find. There's a little bit of everything here for sure.
Building another Quonset or building as needed. I love that philosophy of collecting. That tells you pretty much what you need to know here, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. I think it was a lifetime of work for sure. This is the first time I went out there. You go open the doors and it's can barely get the door open. Every Quonset was full of tractors, and yeah, you could kind of go down the line out of the three or four Quonsets that were there. You could tell maybe about 10 years apart, it was time for another Quonset to put
Yeah.
these things in. So.
Just curious your first reaction when you first got out there, Carson. I'm sure you heard it was quite a collection, but when you did open those Quonset doors on the different facilities, what, what? Just tell us what that was like for you.
Yeah, no, I was blown away and definitely exceeded my expectations when you kind of go out there and hear about this nice John Deere collection. This is way more than you can anticipate. I still get the same reaction every time I go back there, even though I've seen it 10, 20 times. Every door you open, there's more tractors and more collectibles, even throughout the house and shops. It doesn't stop there. It's every kind of memorabilia you could collect. The house is
Mm.
full of John Deere stuff, clocks, you name it. It's there.
Now, will the
Yeah,
memorabilia stuff, will that be selling as well, or just the tractors?
yeah. No, there's some memorabilia stuff in at
Okay.
the end of the auction too. So yeah,
Okay.
some smaller items there. There's a little over 300 tractors and then stationary engines and
Yeah.
some memorabilia stuff make up the rest of the 400 lots.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
literally something for every deer collector.
you bet. There's service manuals, bikes, benches, tables, whatever you name it. It's there. Anything that's collectible and painted green, it's in the sale.
John Deere bicycles as well.
Yeah, there's everything in there. Yep.
Okay. That's a soft spot for Machinery Pete. I kind of grew up on some of those John Deere bikes back in the early 70s. I'm so old, but uh, now you were saying, Norman, when it comes to the John Deere D's, that was really a sweet spot. Did you mention, Carson, you had like 50 of those?
Yeah, you're exactly right again there. There's a wide variety of them, painted, restored, original. There's over 50 Ds in particular there. And like I said,
Wow.
all different kind of condition. If they're unstyled Ds, restored Ds, there's some them for as far back as 1927. But yeah, the collection of D's in particular is extremely deep.
Now, there was one kind of later model D that you were mentioning before we started recording here. Can you tell us a little bit about that particular one, Carson?
Yeah, pretty unique piece in this sale is the 1953 John Deere Streeter D. Kind of a little bit of history there when they switched manufacturers and ran out of, or had people still ordering these when they were kind of discontinued. They took the parts they had left and built these out on the street. So pretty rare tractor in there. And it'll be definitely a highlight or a feature piece in this auction for sure.
Very cool. And like you say, mentioned a couple times, Carson, all this equipment over the years, Norman didn't leave it outside in the fence row. I mean, he had it shedded and then beyond that, also I'm intrigued by kind of variety. We're talking, quite a number of fully restored tractors but quite a number of originals. So again, something for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Everything since he brought it home, it went into a Quonset shed. So some of them were pulled out to be restored, but there's originals. Yeah, there's a wide variety here and some pristine conditioned, restored models, and then again, even the originals that were parked in stores are pretty impressive condition considering the age of those.
Well, it must have been quite a job cataloging everything and all the pictures. Of course, folks know Ritchie Brothers. You guys do an awesome job with presenting your items for sale. But as you were doing that, Carson, just personally, any few items or tractors or memorabilia items that really popped for you personally that kind of made you smile?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a pretty big process when you get to start working through this. But yeah, there's a 1927 Deere D, pretty cool old tractor. When you start to look at that, obviously the streeter stands out. There's a 1945 John Deere AO, a couple ARs in the sale too that are pretty unique. It's one of those sales where we see some antique tractors roll through, a lot of farm sales, but never quite to this extent. So there's a lot of tractors that I had never came across before, never seen the condition of them before. And once you kind of dig deep and get to know the family and some of the rest of the team that's been helping out with the sale and organizing some of the antique tractor experts that are around for say, there's a lot of history and a lot of cool information when it comes to a lineup like this.
And what did the family, as you were, prepping with them for this event Tuesday on September 9th, what did they communicate to you about Norman and his quest and his love for John Deere tractors that
Yeah.
drove him all these years? What'd they tell you?
Yeah, quite a bit there. It was kind of cool. The deeper you digged and got to talk to the family. It sounds like a lifelong venture for him. He was a collector, I guess, just in his body from a young age, from starting to collect his Christmas gifts, birthday gifts from a young age, and I think that kind of just spewed into collecting tractors. Initially, I think he was driving by a lot of farmyards and saying, "Oh, hey, there's a cool tractor sitting there," or heard about someone that had one in the shop. And then from there to auctions, and I don't think he left a lot of stones unturned and avenues to obtaining these tractors. But yeah, I think just a collector by heart and an avid love for John Deere from the original days on their farm. So pretty impressive once you hear the backstory and how he acquired all these tractors.
Yeah, again, folks, you got to go to rbauction.com, look for September 9th, Norman Balzer, Leduc, Alberta, and just go through the pictures and tell your friends about it. Send them the link because it's just a joy to kind of page through and see what's available. It really is, Carson, in one event, all these 300 tractors, 400 items total. It's Deere history over the past century, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's you can walk the aisles there and kind of walk through history and see how the John Deere tractor evolved and where they kind of began in the early 1920s with some of these tractors and moved on through the decades. So yeah, for sure a piece of John Deere history here and a pretty cool event, one that we haven't seen for quite some time and probably won't see for quite some time going forward.
Well, I love, Carson, how you guys, it sounds like you're making quite an effort there with the kind of the open house availability, encouraging people to come out and get up close to these tractors, take a look. Can you say that again when folks can come out and take a look?
Yeah, you bet. So we're fortunate enough to have some pretty knowledgeable people on these tractors on standby and around the yard. So we're starting viewing starting tomorrow, September 3rd at 9 a.m. running through to 5 p.m. And those viewing days will be open same hours all the way up to the beginning of the sale. So the morning of the 9th until lots start to close at noon here. So
And
a
that's
lot of
mountain
time
time?
and yeah, mountain
Mountain,
time, correct.
mountain time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I love it. And Carson, did you say you're gonna maybe send me you guys have some video links too you'll get me so I can share those out?
You bet. Yeah, I'll have them sent over to you right after, so you can share them around. Yeah, it's impressive to scroll through, but once you see the videos or can get there in person, it takes it to a whole nother level for sure.
Well, young folks, tell your friends about this one, Tuesday, September 9th, noon Mountain Time, rbauction.com. The Norman Balzer collection, 300 John Deere tractors, 400 total John Deere items. Carson, I know you're swamped, but hey, thank you for taking time to tell us about the sale and kind of give us that inside look and feel to it. And wish you luck on the sale. I know this is going to be quite an event.
Thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate you having me. And yeah, it's definitely one we're looking forward to and have been for quite some time. So excited for the week to come and kind of see it come to fruition here on the 9th.